and accusing and refusing to grow. Shout out to my nigga Cross, man. Yeah. Hey. Okay. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug Podcast. Hey. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug Podcast. Hey. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug Podcast. What? It's the Plug Podcast. 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 If you ain't on the team, fuck you, nigga. Get your bag. I know what I know, but I'll take like it's slow. Peeping the shit, niggas be acting like hoes. All on the piano, talking about another, talking about their sister, talking about their brother. Niggas ain't real no more. Niggas ain't loyal no more. You know they don't follow the code, and that's why they getting exposed. The key shots taking control. They not in control of their souls. We booking them shows like Barry White. My niggas living in paradise. We building the team, the enterprise. It's the Plug Podcast. 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 If you ain't on the team, fuck you, niggas. Get to the bag. You know we hold it down. We ain't gonna play around. So I hope you stay around. Don't really make you loud. We trying to make you proud. If you do not like me, guess what? Get the fuck out.
Salute, everybody, man. We back at it like a crack addict. It's your boy, Balls Cross, big CEO of Cross Your Heart, man. Look here, man. Y'all go get that merch, man. Put in the plug. You get 10% off, man, on your first order. Also, we got specials going on with the truckers hats, the clothes, Christmas specials, the Grinchy, the grimy, ugly Christmas shirts, all that stuff, man. Salute to everybody. Support, man. I got a special guest on here. He's always family. This is my bro. We got the King of New Jersey is in the building. Salute the King of New Jersey.
Salute. You know how we do it, bruh.
Already,
King
man.
of New
Already.
Jersey, BTBTV. We bully the bullies. That's
man,
how we do it.
That's how we do it. So, King, I know you probably seen it. And what I got is it's called Boosie's first child's mother was 15. A lot of people don't know that. And I've been talking about the whole thing with this Diddy thing and just the industry alone, how when you sit back and you look at, and you being in the entertainment industry, that's why I got you on here, where you see a lot of these old guys a lot of these artists that's on the road, and then you got what them call groupies and fans and stuff. Now I'm gonna ask you before we get started, do a lot of them groupies, I'm just saying, we're gonna say allegedly on this because we don't know whether you do or not, we're just for the entertainment purposes. Is majority adults or they're more teeny poppers like they used to say back in the days?
It depends on, like, say when I was bodyguard, when I was working with Jeezy and them, because I was bodyguard for Mike Jones, not Mike Jones, I mean for myself, Shorty Low. Jeezy and them used to have a lot of young girls allegedly in the VIP. Right. The only reason I know they had young girls there because my youngest daughter's mother, I met her in that club. Okay. Security wasn't checking the women IDs. Right. So a lot of guys could get caught up like that too. Yeah. They don't know. That's right. You know, they go into the hotel room, whatever, doing what they're doing with the young girl, and kind of find out she's not of age.
That's real talk. Yeah. So in this situation right here, we're gonna see what Boosie. So Boosie's one of his baby mamas got mad at him, and people used to ask this ask her all the time, "Hey, how you really meet Boosie?" So she's gonna tell the story about how she really actually met Boosie. All right. So let's check this out.
Then, bitch, when we first hooked up, because somebody asked where we hooked up at. Okay, I was about 15 at the time because I was going to a stroma because Nita had dropped out already. But some of her homegirls were still attending. So, yeah, he caught me. I was walking to my auntie house. He caught me in the field, but he had jumped out the back seat or whatever.
Now, we're going to stop right there. All right. Now, she already saying that she was 15 He's riding with his homeboys. He's grown at this time.
And he jumped in the back seat.
He grown at this, and he jumped out the back seat, and he ran down on her in the field. Right then and there, that just sound wild in itself anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I mean, I know dudes will holler at females, but then all the grown folks in the car, he decide, man, let me out, and he ride in the back seat. So let's go back one more time and hear what she actually said.
Because Nita had dropped out already. But some of her homegirls were still attending. So yeah, he caught me. I was walking to my auntie house. He caught me in the field, but he had jumped out on the back seat or whatever. So when he approached me with that big ass, long ass white beat on, I was like, shit, I don't fuck with backseat riders. I'm walking, so I definitely need a nigga that's drive something.
Right then and there, that's crazy when you look at it. And I think during that time, that was back the time when folks was dropping out of school. If you really look at it, like, man, like she 15, she automatically, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I need a dude that's gonna drive. He got to drive, a grown man. He got to take care of me. She 15. She said her other friend must have dropped out. Yeah, and you see that a lot, especially like in Louisiana. Places like that.
Yeah, Louisiana. They don't Louisiana people, they don't go to school, bro. They drop out at 13, 14 years old, bro.
Yeah, this is crazy.
That's crazy, man. I see
already. Yeah.
I see that stuff a lot, bro, with the Louisianans. Because I lived in Atlanta. I met a lot of women from like Louisiana, like New Orleans, Baton Rouge, because they moved after that Hurricane Katrina shit. They moved to Atlanta, right. And a lot of them didn't have educations, bro. And they was grown.
They was grown doing grown folks stuff.
Grown folks stuff. They didn't have education.
So let's see right here.
Like that. Going. So that's how we met, and I didn't see him no more. I saw him again. Well, I didn't see him for a while. I saw him again at the end zone when he used to wear those black Kango hats. Not the end zone, bitch. What was the name of that club? The Zone. Yeah, it was the Zone, not the end zone. It was at the Zone.
So think about it. She up in the club. That's what and that's why I was using that example, like you just said. Now he's up in the club, or he's at the club. He's grown, but she is in the club at this time. She's still underage.
Yeah,
he's still in the same time frame. She didn't say I saw him 2 years later. She said a little bit after that I saw him later.
Yeah, that's about 2 months later, or 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later. So see what I'm saying? So just peep it out what she say.
With those black Kango hats. Not the end zone, bitch. What was the name of that club? The Zone. Yeah, it was the Zone, not the end zone. It was at the Zone. He had a concert though. At that time, he was riding around with his cousin Byron in a red truck. He didn't even have a car at the time. But I kept telling him I don't fuck with, like, if I'm walking, why I fuck with you and you walking too? So, all right.
So, first of all, my man was, can we say he pretty persistent? Like almost stalker type vibes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Boosie, you got some explaining to do. We can't say Diddy don't got stalker type vibes or the industry don't. That's why I said it's all over, and we know that. We ain't just pointing fingers at this right here. I've been doing all this stuff, man. And so, salute to my boy Jamil Peterson with Surviving P. Diddy, man, because he got me on to this right here, doing this. Yeah, salute Jamil for doing this, because even with Lil Boosie, and I ain't trying to call Lil Boosie out like that, but I'm just calling for what it is. So now she done checked them twice now. She done checked them twice, ain't she, boy?
Yeah. Nigga, you got to get a car.
Come on.
Around with his cousin Byron in a red truck. He didn't even have a car at the time. But I kept telling him I don't fuck with, like, if I'm walking, why I fuck with you and you walking too? So, all right. Make a long story straight, or short, however you want to put it. We end up linking up. He ended up finding me through my brother. He came, he shot the stick, and, we started going together.
All right.
So
what do shot the stick
go
mean?
ahead.
What do shot the stick mean?
That means
He shot a shot.
Yeah, he shoot a shot. He shoot a shot as far as trying to holler at and talk to him.
I said shot the stick. I'm talking about shot the stick. Oh.
Right. No. We talking about he tried to get at her and shoot the shot.
He shot a shot.
So, but my thing is the fact that she went after the brother. I mean, he went. So now he done ran down on in the field. She said no. Then he saw her at the club. She said no. And then he went looking for her brother.
Yeah, he ran down the brother, asked him about it. Yeah.
So therefore, he got a little bit more. So therefore, he done got way deep into it. Like, bro, like, what is your thing? Like, you know, and nobody knew this. And he probably told her that back then. But now when you look at it, so let's hear what she's saying now.
Me, young, dumb, gave me money about 4 or 5 times to go get an apartment. I ain't do it. I just fucked up the money, went bought shit. You know, doing this shit regularly 15 and 16-year-old girls do. This the first.
And she's absolutely right. Doing what a 15, 16-year-old. So he giving her money to get her an apartment 3-4 times. And she at 15, 16. And she said she blew off the bag like she's supposed to. Just the fact him telling her to go get a crib, dog.
Yeah.
And like you said, being down there in those area poverty, you know, stricken, the fact that educate, like even the parents will allow him to even for her. To, you know, this is crazy, man.
Another mouth, not a less mouth to feed in the house per herself.
Yeah, that's a fact.
In the house.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So yeah, that's crazy. So she said that. So we all know he done ran down on her twice. Third time linked with the brother. This time they started going out. They dating. You know what I'm saying? Crazy part, she ain't specified how old he was, but the fact that we do know that he was an adult. We know he was adult because he's in the. Well, we can't say. Well, no, because in the
club, they're ID the dudes, but they were ID.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's why I was about to ask you. So in the clubs, a lot of times, and I'm asking you, I know you don't do it, but in some clubs, if they trying to get the clubs jumping, because they know guys that come in there if the females in there, do they always card or
no? They don't always card the women, but they always card the guys.
Gotcha. And why is that? It's just
because they trying to get the guys to come in and spend money. Women don't spend money like that in bars or clubs. They wait for guys to come in and spend money on them.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
The money, went bought shit. You know, doing this shit regularly 15 and 16-year-old girls do. This the first man that was ever introduced to my life. But I was always mature.
See, that was what it was. The first man or somebody to help provide her at 15. That's crazy when you look at it in the culture. She said that's the first man that was ever introduced to my highness. So that means she was used to being around young kids her age, and she didn't want to be around them. Like you say, probably because she had to take care of herself at that time or whatever the case may be. But that's for her to say that's crazy. She didn't know no better. So in that, and for her to say that, if you're looking at it from the outside looking in, not saying, I'm going to say allegedly, doesn't that sound like grooming?
Yeah. Most definitely sounds like grooming.
Wow. Almost like with P. Diddy and Cassie. That's why I tell people, almost like with P. Diddy Cassie. It's just weird around this 15-year-old, 15, 16, these dudes coming at them right when they changing and going into womanhood.
Right, like Ali and Jay-Z, Ali R. Kelly.
Yeah. Think about it. Do you, okay, I'm going to ask you something. Okay, we're going to say this for educational for young ladies at that age, 15, 16. Do you think that if a young girl got with an older guy or he manipulate her, does that stunt the way she grows mentally? Does that stop her or do you think those type of people are trying to keep those young ladies in that 15, 16, like when a person go to jail and they separated from the world, they stuck in that mind frame. So you think when they got them, like she could have probably did much better. I mean, don't get it twisted. She got a child, but when you see that's the one that's with Boosie's her daughter, that the one that's going off on Boosie. So think about it. That's the daughter's mama, and this is the same way that the daughter acts.
Yeah, because she get it from my mama. She get it from my mom.
Yeah, and that's crazy. That's that generational curse that we be talking about.
You know what it is too? She probably had, even Boosie was 18 and she was 15. That's still not a good look. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And and we gonna say allegedly 18, but they say allegedly he was older than that. He was like 20 because he didn't start blowing up to what? Like he was like 25, 26, somewhere around there.
So he could have been like 21.
21, yeah.
22, because to get in clubs, you got to be 21 mostly for men, unless you got a bunch of money. See, I was able to get clubs at a young age because me and my boys had cake, and we hit the bouncers at the door. We all looked older, you know what I mean?
Right.
We was all tall, you know what I'm saying? We all looked older. We got money. Everybody knew us.
Yeah, because this right here, bro, like, just for the simple fact that, like she said, I was young, and you can't blame a 15, 16-year-old. But he knew. That's why I said the way he probably talked to her, and probably why he, the mom was like, as she getting older, like, think about it. Now, you took her 15, 16. Yeah, you gave her a couple of dollars coming up, but look at it. Do you think that she should be living in the spot like that? If that's his first baby mama, do you think if he had money like that, or do you think, no, that's her problem?
Yo, that's her problem now, bro. She grown, you know what I'm saying? She even got him locked up.
Yeah, and I think she got three other baby daddies too. From that. But what I'm asking you was, that day, that was her first man she met. Is it safe to say that we just playing devil's advocate, meaning as in if she had never met him in that field, it would have been the same way? Would she have still had the 3 baby daddies and all that?
He probably had 5 or 6 baby daddies.
Okay. And why you say that?
Because she would have been out there on the streets a little bit more heavier.
I got you. That makes sense. So you think by her having a baby by Boosie kind of limited her from being out there getting wild?
Yeah. Because she was still with him. And a lot of people, from what I heard, Boosie had a lot of respect in Baton Rouge, you know what I mean? So a lot of dudes wouldn't touch her until after they know they wasn't together no more.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's true. I ain't think about that. That's real fact. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, they probably was,
About shit. Doing this shit regularly 15 and 16-year-old girls do. This the first man that was ever introduced to my life. But I was always mature, so he didn't know the right age at first. He never asked.
Listen to that.
At first.
That doesn't even make, at first. But then but she said he never, this the one that gets me. When people say this, listen to this part.
Always mature, so he didn't know the right age at first. He never asked me my age. It was just how I carried.
See? But he never asked her. Like, okay at first. But he didn't ask after the fact. He never asked you.
She said at first. He asked later.
Yeah, but listen to what she said.
I'm gonna tell you why she asked later. Why he asked later? Because he realized she was acting young. Like, this little girl, she act like a little girl. She act like no older, you know what I'm saying?
Woman, yeah. Huh. Okay.
Because she act like a little girl right now. She caught in a towel. Like she's stuck in a towel for.
That's why I said that's why I used that mentality, the mental mentality. Do you think she's still stuck back there? Because he altered that. You know what I'm saying? She's, you got to look at it from that point of view. Let's see what she said.
He's mature, so he didn't know the right age at first. He never asked me my age. It was just how I carried myself.
Now, and I understand what you're saying, so now I'm going to put the monkey wrench in it. You forgot earlier, I said he came at her twice. The third time, who did he talk to in order to know who she was?
Her brother.
So her brother didn't tell her how old she was?
Her brother told her. Her brother told him. Like, my sister only 14, 15, bro. Right?
Come on, bro. Because again, in order for Boosie to know her brother, that's her big brother. He's around Boosie age. He's older than Boosie, around his age.
And
So
hold
why?
on. And like I said, myself, like I said, she even ratted on Boosie for her brother.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
Remember that?
I didn't know that. No, I did not know that.
Yeah, man, they was talking about it. She told her Boosie for her brother, to save her brother.
I remember that.
No, she talked to Boosie because remember they said Boosie, he tried to say Boosie had killed her brother.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly killed her brother. That's what Boosie was going to try for. That.
Yeah.
And she said it. She went on trial.
So do you think that really Boosie, she felt like Boosie just really at the end when she thought about it, like, damn, when she found out the story, man, Boosie went to my brother. So really he learned her. He learned her because, and then that's why I think she cleaned it up at the end when she told the story at first, she said, he went to my brother and then he got at me because he had to know about her. He didn't know at first. The first 2 times she just treating him like, you don't know nothing about me, bro. Like, I'm not fooling with you. You're grown. You got to have some money in order to talk to me. Then she doubled back. And then when he went to her brother, that's when she said she got with him. Because her brother probably vouched for him, which was weird anyway. Or older, but yeah, no, he good.
Yeah, that nigga get that bad.
Yeah, that nigga ain't that bad. You know, he all right, good. Because he probably was trying to look out for him.
Oh, he get that bag. He get that bag.
He get that bag. And like you said, because he probably was out there in the streets like that, that's when they probably said, nah, that, you know, he getting to the money. And then she probably like, oh, well, he ain't got no car, but no, but he get money. He about to blow up.
Matter of fact, them probably his cars that his boys driving.
Come on, that's true.
Because I know. I used to have my man drive my car when we was getting that bad. I didn't like to drive. Right. I like to get right. My man, he didn't get 12 like me, so he'll drive most of the time.
That makes sense. So yeah, when she slipped up, when she said that, she said, "Hey, when she got right here."
And I didn't see him no more. I saw him again. Well, I didn't see him for a while. I saw him again at the end zone when he used to wear those black Kango hats. Not the end.
But you might be right about that. Like you said, she probably would have been way wilder because she was already in the club doing grown folk stuff.
Yep.
That's what probably attracted. That's why I'm just saying, allegedly, mentally, somebody like that, like a Diddy type person, that's probably what he liked, was the fact that she looked young, but she act grown. Think about it.
Yep. You 100% right, bro.
This is crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Zone, bitch. What was the name of that club? The Zone. Yeah, it was the Zone, not the End Zone. It was at the Zone. He had a concert though. At that time, he was riding around with his cousin Byron in a red truck. He didn't even have a car at the time. But I kept telling him I don't fuck with, like, if I'm walking, why I fuck with you and you walking too? So, all right, make a long story straight, or short, however you want to put it. We end up linking up. He ended up finding me through my brother. He came, he shot the stick.
See what I'm saying? So he met it. So he ended up meeting the brother. So the brother was the one that gave him the background. Yeah, my sister, man, she like this dog. Who she talked to, man? You know how dudes is. Who she talk to? I'd have been told that. Hey, man, why? My bad. I would have told dude, bro, why are you coming up on my sister like that, bro? Why are you worried about my sister? She 15.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's crazy, man. That to me, that's just, yeah, that's sickening, bro. That's sickening. Boosie, you got some explaining to do, Boosie.
Boosie badass. Got some explaining to do.
You got some explaining to do. Cause man, bro, at 15. So, and how many kids he got?
About 8, 9.
See what I'm saying? So did he groom all of them like that? Once he got to play down, because think about it, his hardest play, if you really look at it, was her.
Yeah.
Man, that's cold.
By the time he got the other ones, he already was getting to the money.
Oh, yeah, it was easy then.
It was easy then.
Yeah, it was easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something funny.
Yeah.
You know, my boy called me today, right? He's like, I remember back, it was like 99, yo. You had came home that November 98, and he said he came home that December 98, right? He's like, he said, yeah, we was in a club. He's like, we was right downtown on First Street. We was at Cool V Club. his marketing did Cool V bar in Elizabeth, right?
Okay.
I don't know. He was like, yo, bruh. He was like, yo, we was just getting home, and I happened to walk in the bar, and I seen you, so I started talking to you. We started kicking because we grew up together. And he was like, and all them chicks that used to try to act funny before you got locked up, they was all up on you. I was like, yeah, because I'm getting to that bag now. I got that bag now.
Yeah,
I did that time, came home, cocked Diesel's head, dreads, you know what I'm saying, full beard. I'm getting to that bag now, you know what I'm saying?
So
that bag gets you
a whole lot,
preferential treatment.
No, that's a fact. Just think about it. Like we talking about with the Diddy having the money, all these dudes coming out wanting to have the money, and getting themselves all tied up with all this. And this just shows. I think that's how they probably even push and promote some of these artists. The more weirder they are, the more they willing to do. Because think about it. If Boosie at the time back then before he blew up, now where he at? Like I just saw he's got a little show they got him on where he's going to date Boosie or something, and he got 20, he had a 20-year-old, a 21-year-old, and he's interviewing these chicks. Tell them you got a tongue ring, ooh, you this, you that. And it's just like, man, it just look weird, bro, because Boosie, it's around, well, he got to be, I know, at least 40.
He at least 40 something. Hold on, I'll tell you right now, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm about to go on my iPad real quick.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you know how old Boosie is right now. Hold on, I'm right here, bro.
Yep.
Hold on 1 second. Hold up. How? $41 years old.
Wow, so he's 41 years old.
They interviewed 20-year-olds and 21-year-olds.
See?
Yo, Plies 47. I didn't know Plies was that old, bro.
I didn't know Plies that old either, bro.
Sheesh. Oh, they look young. They took them a long time to blow up.
See, that's what I'm saying. Think about, and then for a lot of them, like especially them Plies and all them, they only do that, and then they mess around, and you know what I'm saying, they go away. They get what they gotta get, and they go away, bro. That's why I said, like, I don't know, man. Like we was talking about before, like, and when you sit back and think of it, even when you had brought up earlier about Boosie bringing strippers to his house for his 12-year-old.
His 12-year-old son and nephew.
12-year-old son and nephew, man. So when you start sitting back there, what you're doing is you setting up some weird vibes for these kids. Now, when we did, like you said, promiscuous, we did that back then, not knowing. But if your daddy got all his money, like now, he talking about he want to have more kids. He said he need to get, he working on having more kids. He said he want to make sure he have enough kids around.
But you know what? But his shop probably ain't been working no more because he got bad diabetes. You understand what I'm saying?
So you think that's why he probably trying to hear him get all these kids he can? But they said he acquired that. His brother said he acquired all these ailments when he was in prison. He said the diabetes came from drinking all that lean and drinking something he was drinking in the prisons up there. They said he was drinking that, and then his asthma and all this other stuff came from smoking. He allegedly said K2. So that's where it came from when he was up in the jail. But that's how it is.
But back in the day, K2 wasn't out like that. When Boosie was in jail, K2 wasn't popping like that in jail. It was regular weed in jail, man.
Yeah, that's true.
No
or they might have been putting some dip on it.
Some dip. He probably smoking that Love Boat.
Yeah, that's probably what it was back then. That's why they said with all that stuff. So, but yeah, man, we've been on here. We've been on here for 30 minutes, King. I just wanted to drop this and let everybody know, man. Look, man, hey, Boosie, we need to know what is you jumping out in fields for. The girl told you twice, And like you said, that money control stuff, that's why like the entertainers, they don't like to hear no, no for no. And it's just weird to me that at 15, she up in the club, she claimed it, and she really showed you love because she probably didn't want to hurt your name when she said you never asked her. And the reason why you never asked her,
because you already knew.
You already knew, and you was hoping she didn't ask you how old you was. That's all that was. That's the way I feel. Ain't nowhere in the world you go talk to a girl's brother and he don't tell you. She ain't older than him. You know she ain't the same age as him. She the little sister. So how young is she? So he can play all that game he want to, man. But yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all hit this comment down in the comments. Y'all tell us what you think. Do y'all think that Boosie was right for this? Do y'all think, here's the proof. She said he talked to the brother. So me and King want to know, what do y'all think about this whole Boosie thing? And did y'all know that? So, and we're going to keep on bringing y'all some uploads as well. I have King, I have some different people on here. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the King of New Jersey, BTB TV, Mr. Eastwick. We got a lot of stuff that's going to be dropping. And on that note, I'm going to let King say his thing and we're going to get out of here.
Yo, peace to the 5% nation of gods and earths. Salaam alaikum, alhamdulillah, rahman to Allah, all the true Muslim brothers and sisters out there. This is the King of New Jersey. This is BTB TV. We bully the bullies. I'm your honorable host, born divine almighty Allah. And how me and my bro Cross said it. We ain't no Bloods or no Crips. We doing our own thing. BTB TV that started his own game with that nigga Cross.
Nigga what?
Nigga what?
Winning team. A lot of you fuck niggas is losing and accusing and refusing to grow. Shout out to my nigga Cross, man. Yeah. Hey. Okay. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug Podcast. Hey. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug Podcast. Hey. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug Podcast. What? It's the Plug Podcast. 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 If you ain't on the team, fuck you, nigga. Get some bag. I know what I know, but I think like it's slow. Peeping the shit, niggas be acting like hoes. All on the piano, talking about another, talking about they sister, talking about they brother. Niggas ain't real no more. Niggas ain't loyal no more. You know they don't follow the code. And that's why they getting exposed. The key shots taking control. They not in control of their souls. We booking them shows like Barry White. My niggas living in paradise. We building the team, the enterprise.